Welcome to Uncertain Terrors, where things are never what they seem.
People still ask me why I kept that doll. Even after everything, after the police photographs, even after they dug up the bodies. I know how insane that sounds because for 3 months, I thought I was crazy. And I nearly destroyed my life. The doll arrived 2 days after my grandmother's funeral. She left me her old Victorian house in Black Hollow, along with everything inside. And that included the doll. The doll's name was Emily. Or at least that's what the faded tag around the doll's neck said. Emily had porcelain skin, glass eyes, and an auburn red braid that framed her face. One of her shoes was missing, and her dress looked 100 years old. My grandmother used to keep it by the fireplace in a rocking chair.
Oh, honey, your grandmother used to love that doll,
said my next-door neighbor, Martha Collins. She'd come over to help me unpack after the funeral. Martha was 72, and she was sweet as pie. Everyone loved Martha. She baked cookies for the church, volunteered at the library, never missed a town fundraiser. And when I moved in, she brought me homemade casseroles and offered to help me with anything I needed.
You know, your grandmother used to talk to that doll.
Wonderful, I said.
You know, sweetie, old people get lonely too.
The first strange things happened a week later. I woke up to find Emily sitting on the kitchen counter. I'd left her upstairs. I nearly dropped my coffee. At first, I blamed myself. Maybe I'd moved her. Maybe I forgot. But then it happened again. And again. Sometimes she'd appear in the hallway, sometimes on the couch, always somewhere impossible. I bought cameras. Nothing. Every time something happened, the footage glitched. No signal. Static. My friend stopped visiting. My friend Rachel, she refused to spend the night.
I swear, she's looking at me,
she'd whisper. I laughed until the dishes started breaking. At exactly 3:13 every morning, something crashed downstairs. Every night, without fail. Plates, books, pictures. Once, all of the kitchen cabinets flew open. Another time, every chair in the dining room had been stacked in a pyramid. I called electricians, plumbers, pest control, nothing. Martha became my only source of comfort. She'd sit on the porch with me drinking tea.
Oh, honey, maybe the spirits just don't like change.
I almost agreed, because every time I tried to throw the doll away, something happened. My car wouldn't start. The trash bag ripped. Once, I actually left Emily at the dump. But the next morning, she was back in the rocking chair. I nearly had a nervous breakdown. Then came the blood, or what I thought was blood. I woke to red streaks running down the basement door. I screamed. The police came. Turns out it was only paint. No fingerprints, no explanations. Everyone in town thought the house was haunted, and honestly, so did I. Things escalated. Lights flickered. Windows shattered. My television turned on by itself, and Emily moved constantly. But there was something odd. No matter where she appeared, she always ended up facing in one direction, towards the basement. I ignored it. I ignored it because I was afraid of that room. My grandmother never let anyone down there. One rainy evening, I found every photograph in the house scattered across the floor, thousands of them. And there was Emily sitting in the center, facing a picture, not just any picture. A picture of my grandmother ripped in half, 30 years younger, smiling. And on the back, written in my grandmother's handwriting, there were 3 words: trust no one. I laughed nervously. Coincidence? Had to be, right? Rachel wasn't convinced.
Your grandmother wrote that note for a reason. Either that or she had dementia. And why does that doll keep pointing towards the basement?
I don't know.
Okay, well, let's take a look.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want to die in some creepy old haunted basement. Rachel rolled her eyes.
You don't believe that.
I wanted to, because the truth scared me more. 2 nights later, I woke to screaming. Not just human screaming, but a sound, a shrill, metallic, like something scraping. I ran downstairs. The entire living room had been destroyed. Furniture overturned, books everywhere, glass shattered. And Emily sat right beside the basement door, which stood open. I had locked it. Rachel arrived about 20 minutes later. She stared.
That's impossible.
I know. And then the smell hit us. Rotting. Old. Something terrible. Rachel covered her nose.
What is that?
Neither of us wanted to know, but we went down anyway. The basement was huge and empty at first. Then Rachel noticed the wall. Fresh paint. Different color. Poorly done.
Why only paint this section?
She asked. I don't know why. But I remembered Emily always facing this direction, always. We moved the shelves, knocked on the wall. It was hollow. My stomach dropped. The police arrived about an hour later and uncovered the bones. Human bones. 3 bodies, missing women. The cases spanned over 20 years. The entire town exploded. News crews arrived. Everyone blamed my grandmother. After all, it was her house, her basement, her secret. Even I believed it. Until Detective Warren said,
"There's something strange.
What?
The victims weren't buried 20 years ago.
What do you mean?
The oldest body had only been there about 6 months.
My blood froze. My grandma? She died 2 years ago. The town panicked. People whispered. Someone was using the house. Someone close. Someone who knew it. I became paranoid. I locked all the doors, made sure all the windows were shut. Rachel stayed over every single night, and Martha checked on me daily, bringing soup and doing all she could to comfort me. I can't believe someone would do this. Then one day, Emily disappeared. For 3 days, we couldn't find her. But it was strange. There was no havoc, no strange sounds, nothing. Honestly, I was beginning to miss the chaos because the silence felt wrong. On the 4th night, thunder rattled the windows, and I heard music. Soft. A music box. Coming from outside. Rachel and I followed it. The rain soaked us. The melody led us to the backyard. And there, Emily sat beside the old garden shed. I stared. She was facing a picture. The picture was torn. The other half of my grandmother's picture. And on the other half was Martha.
No.
Rachel whispered. The shed. It belonged to Martha. The property line connected behind the houses. The shed stood on her side, locked. Suddenly, Martha appeared behind us, wearing a yellow raincoat.
Oh dear. You shouldn't be out in this weather.
I froze. She sighed.
You know,
She said softly.
curiosity is dangerous.
Something changed in her eyes. The warmth was gone. Like someone flipped off the light.
You've cost me so much trouble.
Rachel grabbed my hand. Martha smiled and pulled out a gun from beneath her coat. Everything stopped. Everything. The rain, the wind, my heart. I couldn't breathe. No. Her smile widened.
Your grandmother almost ruined everything, that bitch.
Flashbacks hit me all at once. The photograph. Trust no one. The doll pointing. The basement. Martha always nearby. Martha comforting me. Martha knowing exactly where Grandma kept things. Martha. Always Martha. My grandmother hadn't hidden bodies. She'd discovered them. And she'd left Emily behind because she knew Martha would come back. And somehow, some impossible way, Emily had spent months trying to show me.
Do you know how hard it is to pretend to be kind?
Her voice sounded completely different. Cold, empty, hateful, evil.
I buried the first one 30 years ago.
Rachel squeezed my hand. Martha noticed.
Oh, don't worry. It'll be quick.
Then something slammed into her, the shed door. Martha stumbled forward and the gun fell. And hanging above the entrance, a garden rake crashed into her shoulder and she screamed. Rachel tackled her. I grabbed the gun. Martha shrieked like a caged animal, pure rage.
She ruined everything!
She kept screaming.
That stupid doll!
The police later found more bodies beneath the shed. All women. All runaways. All forgotten. Martha Collins, the beloved neighbor, church volunteer, cookie baker, serial killer. For 30 years, nobody suspected her. After her arrest, Detective Warren found something else. My grandmother's journal. One entry stopped me cold. August 17th. I think Martha is killing again. I don't have any proof. If anything happens to me, Emily knows. People laugh at old women, but Emily always knows. Protect her. Protect my granddaughter. Protect her. My grandmother died in her sleep. Natural causes, they say. I don't know if I believe that. But she never stopped trying to save me, and maybe neither did Emily. People ask me if I believe dolls can move. I tell them no. I tell them there must be some other explanation. Stress, sleepwalking, faulty memories, anything, because believing the alternative keeps me awake. But every year on my grandmother's birthday, I place fresh flowers by her photograph, and Emily sits beside it, always, exactly where I left her. Until last year. I came downstairs one morning, and Emily wasn't there. My blood ran cold. I searched the entire house and found nothing. Then I noticed, out of the front window and across the street was a moving truck. New neighbors. And sitting on my porch swing, facing the house across from mine, was Emily, smiling and waiting.
Until next time, stay in the light. The shadows are always watching.